Here is a question that nobody really asks. At some point in history, every single human civilization on Earth, from the jungles of South America to the deserts of Africa to the frozen north of Scandinavia, independently decided that there were powerful, invisible beings controlling the world around them. Not one civilization, not two, every single one separately, without talking to each other, without the internet, without any way to share ideas across oceans and continents. They all arrived at the same conclusion: something powerful is out there, and it wants something from us. How did that happen? Why did ancient humans start believing in gods? And what does it tell us about the human brain that we still haven't been able to stop? This is the story of how ancient humans invented belief. First, let's go back to a world without explanation. Imagine you are an ancient human. You wake up one morning and a member of your group, someone perfectly healthy yesterday, is dead. No warning, no visible cause, just gone. You have no concept of viruses, no understanding of internal organ failure, no medical framework whatsoever. Someone was alive. Now they are not, and you have no idea why. Now imagine a bolt of lightning strikes a tree right next to you. The tree explodes into flames. You had no warning, no understanding of electrical charges or storm physics, just sudden, violent, terrifying power from the sky. And then imagine a drought. Your river dries up, your food disappears, children start dying, and you have absolutely no understanding of weather patterns or climate cycles. This was everyday life for ancient humans, a world full of events that were terrifying, random, and completely unexplained. And here is where the human brain does something extraordinary. The human brain cannot tolerate randomness. It is literally wired to find patterns, even where no patterns exist. Scientists call this apophenia, the tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated things. If something bad happens twice after you eat a certain fruit, your brain concludes the fruit is cursed. If it rains the day after your tribe performs a certain dance, your brain connects the dance to the rain. This was not stupidity. This was the most advanced survival tool on Earth. Pattern recognition kept ancient humans alive. Assuming the rustling in the bushes was a predator, even when it was just the wind, kept you breathing. But that same brain, scanning for patterns in everything, looked at lightning and death and drought and famine and asked the only question that made sense: who is doing this? Because here is the thing. Ancient humans understood one thing very well: actions have agents. Things don't just happen, something causes them. A rock doesn't move by itself. Something moves it. A fire doesn't start by itself. Something starts it. A person doesn't die by itself. Something kills them. So when the lightning struck and the crops failed and the floods came, the ancient human brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It looked for the agent. It looked for who was responsible. And since no visible human was responsible, the agent had to be invisible, powerful, beyond human understanding, a god. This wasn't a choice. This was pattern recognition operating at its absolute limit, reaching for an explanation in a world that offered none. But here is what makes this even more fascinating. Once ancient humans invented gods, gods became extraordinarily useful, not just for explaining lightning and drought, for something even more important: controlling human behavior. A chief can tell his tribe, do not steal from each other. But what happens when the chief is not watching? People steal. But if there is a God watching, always watching, seeing everything, judging everything, suddenly the rules have teeth, even when no human authority is present. Researchers believe this is why virtually every early religion involves a God who sees everything and judges behavior. An all-seeing eye in the sky is the most powerful social control mechanism ever invented. It is not a coincidence that every civilization that built cities, that needed thousands of strangers to cooperate and follow rules, developed powerful religious systems at exactly the same time. Gods didn't just explain the world, gods built civilization. And the most remarkable thing of all? Once belief starts, it is almost impossible to stop, because the same brain that invented gods is also the brain that experiences them. When ancient humans prayed for rain, and it rained, the prayer worked. When they made a sacrifice and recovered from illness, the sacrifice worked. The brain remembered the hits and forgot the misses. This is called confirmation bias. and it is still running in every human brain alive today. You are not so different from an ancient human sitting around a fire asking why the lightning struck. Your brain is running the exact same software, looking for patterns, looking for agents, looking for meaning in a world that does not always offer any. The difference is, you have science to tell you when your pattern recognition is wrong. Ancient humans had nothing, just a brain desperate for answers, and a universe full of terrifying questions. So, the next time you wonder why religion exists in every culture on Earth, remember, it was not invented by powerful men trying to control people. It was not a mistake made by stupid ancient humans. It was the most intelligent response possible to a world full of unexplained terror. It was pattern recognition meeting mystery. It was a brain, the most sophisticated object in the known universe, doing exactly what it was built to do, finding meaning in the dark. Subscribe to CaveThink, because next time we are asking another question about ancient humans that will make you see your everyday life completely differently.